It's Christmas in July on Ink and Inspiration, so let's make a Christmas card with a real red base and then a textured white layer. We're going to add some ribbon, a gold metallic ribbon, to wrap around for a different kind of ribbon treatment. Snip off that edge, and then we're going to use some adhesive to anchor that down while we work with it. So with this, we're going to be using a piece of twine to tie around the edges that extend past that white layer and tie a bow, and it's going to make a really pretty ribbon element and something just a little different. Now that will go on the front of the card base, and then we're going to take a strip of red and use the sentiment there that's going to go with the snowman. And we're going to stamp in Versamark ink because we are going to white emboss this sentiment to go with this little snow theme that we have going. So there is the sentiment. I'm going to grab my white embossing powder and hold that and just sprinkle some of that white powder over it, flick off the excess, and then we're going to be able to heat emboss with a heat tool, and then it'll be ready to put on the front of the card. So now we'll just add a little bit of adhesive to the back and put that up just below that ribbon line, and that's ready to go. And so we're going to take another piece of basic white for our stamping and punching. So with this, I'm going to use this jar image and the lid, and I'm using Memento Black ink to stamp on that basic white toward the bottom. Positioning is going to make it easier to punch. I decided to go ahead and do two while I was at it for a different card. Here's the lid to the jar. You want to leave a little bit of a space between the jar and the lid, and you'll see why in a minute. It's going to make it easier to punch this out. So now I'm going to take the snowman and put it inside the jar, and this is going to make like a little snow globe. So we're going to add him in Memento Black ink as well to both of these. And then we're going to take the stamp with the hat band and the scarf and put that on our snowman. So now I had a little bit of white space there that I needed to fill in, so I just used a Stampin' Right marker in red. And then to simulate the snow, I'm using a light blue Pool Party to stamp those little flakes inside the little jar. Next, I decided to have a red lid, so I'm going to color that with a Real Red Stampin' Blends alcohol marker. To make this sparkly, I decided to use the Wink of Stella glitter pen and color the snowman, put little dots over those blue snowflakes, and then color the snowdrifts below him. Now you want to cut between the jar and the lids before you punch. And so now I'm just going to center that over that bottom part of the punch and punch it out. And then we're going to be ready to do the lid by just sliding that top in and punch again. So now those two pieces are ready to go. To back this up, I just put some designer paper in Real Red with some gold flecks in it and mounted it on some Real Red cardstock, and then I'll just glue those on and it's ready to apply to the card front. So now I didn't have any gold gems, so I decided to take a skin tone Stampin' Blends alcohol marker and color some rhinestones to add that little bit of a finishing touch on the outside of the card and kind of bring in the metallic from the gold metallic ribbon that we added at the bottom. So give this a try and be sure and follow Ink and Inspirations for more ideas.